Hello everyone and welcome. This project is all about creating a decorative beaded vases and a round organizer for your home. Let's begin weaving the vases. Cut a piece of filament approximately 50 inches long. Angle the ends at a 30-degree angle. String 5 beads onto the filament. Take the right end and pass it back through the last bead, forming a loop. Pass the left end through this same loop and pull to tighten the knot in the center of the bead. Next, you will weave 6 more rings. To do this, add 1 bead to the left strand and 3 beads to the right. Form a loop with the last bead on the right and pull the left strand through to tighten. To complete the row and form a circle, pass the right strand, the one with 2 beads, through the bead in the very first ring you made. The left strand now has 1 bead on it. Form a loop with this bead and pull to tighten. The ends of the filament will exit inside the ring. The next row consists of 4 bead crosses. To form the first cross, add 3 beads to the right strand and pull to tighten. Next, pass the bottom strand through the adjacent bottom bead. Add 2 beads to the top strand, form a loop, and weave the crosses. To finish the row, pass the bottom strand through the 2 adjacent beads. Add 1 bead to the top strand. The next row consists of 5 bead rings. Add 4 beads to the right strand and tighten the first ring. For the rest of the row, pass the bottom strand through the next bottom bead. Add 3 beads to the top strand and tighten the rings. On the last ring, pass the bottom strand through 2 beads and add 2 beads to the top strand. The 4th row will consist of 7 bead rings. First, pass the left strand through the adjacent bead. Add 5 beads to the right strand and tighten the loop in the last bead. My strands have become too short, so I will pass them back through the beads in the ring and secure them in one of the beads. Next, I'll take a new, longer piece of beading filament, about 80 inches, and pass it through the working beads. In this case, there are 3 beads. Add 4 beads to the top strand and tighten the ring. Continue forming the rings by passing the bottom strand through 2 beads, and add 4 beads to the top strand. On the last ring in this row, pass the bottom strand through 3 beads and add 3 beads to the top strand. The 5th row is made of 5 bead rings. Pass the left strand through the adjacent bead. Add 3 beads to the right strand. Next, you will alternate these actions. Pass the bottom strand through 1 bead, then add 3 beads to the top strand. Pass the bottom strand through 2 beads, then add 2 beads to the top strand. Continue this pattern until the end of the row. Row 6 consists of 7 bead rings. Pass the strand through the 2 adjacent beads at the bottom and add 4 beads. Continue for the rest of the row by passing the bottom strand through 3 beads and adding 3 beads to the top strand. For the final ring, pass the bottom strand through 4 beads and add 2 beads to the top strand. The 7th row is made of 5 bead rings. Pass the bottom strand through the adjacent bead and add 3 beads to the top strand. Next, pass the bottom strand through 2 beads and add 2 beads to the top strand. For the last ring, pass the bottom strand through 3 beads and add 1 bead to the top strand. The next 3 rows, 8, 9, and 10, are all made of crosses. I have already woven rows 8 and 9 and am now starting row 10. Row 11 is made of 5 bead rings. Once the weaving is complete, curve the ends of the filament and secure them in a bead on the bottom. Gently adjust the weaving as needed to straighten it out. The final project will be 2 of these vases, along with the organizer.
We'll be weaving the round base from the center outwards, usually counterclockwise if you're right-handed. So make sure your right thread end is about 5 to 7 inches longer. We'll start with 6 beads for the first ring. Take the very last bead on the right and insert the right thread end back through it in the opposite direction. This forms a loop. Pass the other thread end through this loop and pull it tight. The knot should sit perfectly in the middle of the bead's hole, forming your first small circle. Next, thread 5 beads onto the right thread end. In the last one, create a loop. Pass the left thread through this loop and pull it tight into the bead. Next, pass the left thread end through the adjacent bottom bead. Add 4 beads to the right thread end, make a loop in the last one, and pull it tight. Again, pass the left thread end through the bottom adjacent bead and repeat the last few steps. This way, you'll be weaving a pattern of 6 rings around your very first central ring. For the last ring, you'll need to pass the left thread through 2 bottom beads. Add 3 beads to the right thread, make a loop, and pull it tight. On the next level, we'll alternate between rings of 6 and 5 beads. Pass the left thread through the adjacent bottom bead, then add 4 beads to the right thread to create your first 6-bead ring. After that, pass the left thread through the adjacent bottom bead, add 3 beads, and make a 5-bead ring. Now, pay close attention. To form a 6-bead ring, you'll pass the left thread through 2 lower adjacent beads, and then add 3 beads to the right thread. Continue weaving in this pattern until you reach the end of the row. My thread ends are getting short, so I need to secure them. To do this, I'll pass them back through the beads in the opposite direction and tighten a loop in one of the adjacent beads. Now you can simply trim the ends. If you're comfortable working with the thread, you can cut the next piece longer, around 80 inches. Just thread it through your working beads and continue weaving according to the pattern. To complete this row, thread the left string through 2 adjacent beads. Pick up 2 beads on the right string and form a ring of 5 beads. At the next level, we will form crosses with 4 beads. To do this, pick up 3 beads on the right string and tighten with the loop to form the first cross. Then, thread the left string through the adjacent bead. Pick up 2 beads on the right string to form the second cross. Continue weaving in this manner until the end of the row. To form the final cross, thread the left string through the 2 adjacent lower beads on the left. Pick up 1 bead on the right string and form the last cross. To start the next level, pick up 4 beads on the right string, tighten, and form the first ring of 5 beads. Then, thread the left string through the lower bead. Pick up 3 beads on the right string and form the second 5-bead ring. Continue weaving in this manner until the end of the row. To form the final ring, thread the left string through 2 adjacent beads. Add 2 beads to the right end of the string and form a ring. The next level consists of rings made of 6 beads. To start, thread the left end of the string through the adjacent bead. Add 4 beads to the right end and form the first ring of 6 beads. Then, until the end of the row, repeat the following. Thread the left end of the string through 2 lower adjacent beads. Add 3 beads to the right end and tighten with a loop. Continue until the end of the row. To form the final ring, thread the left line through 3 adjacent beads. Add 2 beads to the right end of the line and form a ring. The next level consists of crosses made of 4 beads. We are already familiar with the sequence. First, pick up 3 beads on the right end of the line and tighten the first cross using a loop. Then, until the end of the row, repeat the following steps. Thread the left line through the lower adjacent bead, pick up 2 beads on the right line and tighten with a loop. Continue until the end of the row.